everyone, my name is Jade. Um, so I decided to come on YouTube and make this video because I didn't find much information regarding ectopic pregnancy and people's experiences, like real videos, and the methotrexate treatment. Let me close this. I don't know. I didn't realize my camera had that big thing. But anyways, in April of this year, I had experienced my first ectopic pregnancy. And what had happened is March 13th, I found out that I was pregnant. I have one child before, so this would have been my second child. Um, anyways, I found out that I was pregnant. Thought the pregnancy was going fine. I thought the pregnancy was going fine. There were things that was happening that I should have noticed, that it wasn't a real pregnancy, like it wasn't going properly, but I didn't. I didn't. I mean, there was nothing for me to compare it to know that it was an ectopic pregnancy or that something was happening. So, like maybe when I was 4 weeks, 5 weeks pregnant, I started feeling pain, like early labor like pain, and like cramping to my lower left side. It was really, really, really bad. Um, so the next morning, after the cramping, the next morning I realized that my breast wasn't feeling tender and swollen anymore, and then I had just like a slight streak of blood, but I thought it was just spotting, so I left it alone. The next morning I woke up and there was just like a gush of blood, but it wasn't enough to like fill a pad. It was probably 1 milliliters of blood. It wasn't enough, and it was dark brown blood, so you know that is old blood. So I took myself to the emergency room, and the doctors came in, and the emergency room physician, she did an abdominal ultrasound. And in the abdominal ultrasound, listen, I'm just summarizing everything because the process was actually longer than I'm talking about. But anyways, with the abdominal ultrasound, they did not see anything. Nothing at all. It was very disappointing. It was so heartbreaking and heart-wrenching because that's not something that you're expecting to see, period, during your pregnancy. So I'm like, oh my God, I miscarried. I was so, it was so sad. I was so consumed with sadness. It was so heartbreaking. I never thought I would have felt that way pertaining to a miscarriage or an ectopic pregnancy. Don't ask me why, I just never thought about it. I just never thought that it would have happened to me. So, they ordered to have a transvaginal ultrasound done, and after 4 hours of waiting, I had a transvaginal ultrasound done. It was excruciating. They didn't care one bit that I was already in agony, and it was very rough. It was very aggressive. They didn't find anything. The first physician did it. The first tech did it, didn't find anything. The second one did it, didn't find anything. They went and get the head guy, they didn't find anything, but they were sure that something was in there. They redid it again the fourth time. Then they thought they saw a little sac in my left fallopian tube. It was so sad. The option that they gave me was to go ahead immediately and initiate the methotrexate treatment, which I'm going to explain to you, or to have my left tube taken out. I opted to have the methotrexate treatment. The other option was to wait 2 days, return to the hospital to get my HCG level tested to see if it would rise, because at that time when I was in the hospital that day, it was only 365. I was 6 weeks pregnant, 6 weeks and 4 days. It should have been way more than that. I'm a nurse, and even if I wasn't in the medical field, I would have known that at 6 weeks, 4 days, 355, 300 and however, was still too low. You know, it was way too low. But I decided to hold on to chance, went on Google, went on YouTube and got my hopes up that it might double. I was hearing stories that, oh, it doesn't matter how much it is as long as it rises appropriately. And I got my hopes up. But after 2 days, it didn't double. Nothing happened. I was still bleeding. I called them and I'm like, listen, I don't want to just walk around like a ticking time bomb. Then my fallopian tube ruptures, and then it's worse than that. So I called my doctor, went into the hospital, got my levels checked in, and it dropped to 295. So that then confirmed the pattern that it wasn't not a normal pregnancy, and I agreed to start the methotrexate treatment. Now, the methotrexate is a chemotherapeutic agent that they use to inject. It's used for, like, as I said, chemotherapeutic, but it also for dissolving or resolving an ectopic pregnancy. What happens is the cells sent it stops the cells from dividing, and it stops folic acid from being populated more. So while on the methotrexate treatment, don't take no prenatal vitamins, nothing with folic acid at all, because that's going to completely defeat the purpose. Um, my camera is, I don't know.